joy to welcome Mimi Rozmaryn from Meir, Panim, where she is the Director of Global Development. Sounds like a very, very important job. Mimi, thank you so much for being here with us. This war has been really, it's turned our lives upside down. And so you live in Israel. What has it been like for you since October 7th?
I mean, honestly, it's been pretty awful. At the same time, leaving to come here to America last Saturday night it broke my heart. So I guess it's just a ball of anxiety wherever I am. I'm worried about my family and my kids and my husband. I'm worried about my brother-in-law that's fighting in Gaza. I'm worried about my sister that's home alone with her 2 kids, worrying about her husband. And because of what we do at Meir Panim, in some ways it feels amazing to be a part of the relief efforts for the terrible war, but it also gives me personally no escape from the reality of the people most affected by the war now.
Sounds very tough, very, very tough. So you're working at Meir Panim, one of Israel's most important charity organizations. So I know every organization has been turned upside down since October 7th. Israel is in crisis. What is Meir Panim doing to address the suffering?
I think what has been incredible, and being a part of the team as an American immigrant in Israel, and a lot of times I feel like I'm on the outside of Israeli society. I've only lived in Israel for 5 years. My Hebrew is kind of garbage. But through our staff and through meeting the people that come in and the people that we're able to help, it has truly been a bridge for me, and I think for them also to feel like a part of something greater. So on October 7th, one of our branch managers in our Dimona branch had 3 sons that left in the middle of the holiday. They left sitting next to him in synagogue to go fight in the war. We had a branch manager of our Tiberias branch who had her family locked in their safe room in the Gaza community, in the Gaza periphery. So she had family members locked, hoping to survive. And our branch manager in Tiberias, that's our branch manager in Tiberias. Our branch manager in Or Akiva had her son-in-law leave her daughter alone while sirens were going off in Tel Aviv. And our branch manager in our Sfat branch actually served in Miluim, so he actually left the city altogether. So even with all of the personal crisis that our staff were going through, on October 8th, they all woke up and went to our branches and decided that instead of wallowing and being afraid, they were going to take action. And it was really driven by them rather than the management. And they said, what's needed? We have networks in the community, and they started cooking meals for refugees, people fleeing their homes. They started cooking meals for frontline troops that left their homes, as I'm sure left synagogue on the holiday of Simchat Torah with nothing, and just knowing that they had a greater purpose. So providing food for frontline soldiers and providing food and meals and mattresses and anything we can do for refugee families. And that's really what we've done every single day since. And it's what we've committed to continuing to do until every person is back home where they belong.
Wow. That's really incredible. I know that Meir Panim in general is working with many of the poorest citizens of Israel, people who are really struggling to get by every day. So how has the war impacted this particularly vulnerable group?
It's been really a challenge for them, and we're really cognizant, even with our expanded mission of supporting frontline troops and refugees, that our main work and our main mission is to serve as a safety net for those that are in most crisis. There was actually just a report I read over the weekend about the financial impact of the war, and it does, as always, affect the most poor people in society. And the cost of living, that crisis that we talked about all summer, didn't go away. So what we're seeing is more people that are coming to us for help that are struggling to make ends meet already before the war, and it's all magnified now by the people that are facing even more challenges.
Are people losing jobs because of the impact of the war?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the statistic I read was that the economy is almost in bad shape as it was the first month of COVID, March 2020. The hospitality industry has been ripped to shreds. Anyone in restaurants and celebrations, people are just not in a place where they're doing a lot of that right now. People aren't buying clothing. People are just looking inwards. Israeli society, and I found, doing what they can to improve and help each other and be there as a support system, and not doing frivolous, fun, wonderful things. Which with reason. However, there are still people that work at the movie theaters, and there are still people that clean up at restaurants. And so what we're seeing is really an increase of people that are being laid off or furloughed. Yet again, just as we were at the cusp of starting an economic recovery from 2020, and we're able to, once again, because of our amazing, generous donors and volunteers, able to be that safety net for them once again.
So how does that play out, that safety net? Meaning people are hungry, they walk into your office, what do they do?
I mean, yes, and yes. We operate 5 what we call restaurant-style soup kitchens, where anyone can come in any day for lunch, no questions are asked, and we take care of them and we make them feel like a part of our family. We greet them, we give them a hot meal on a china plate with proper silverware, and we ask them what else we can do to help. And that goes to people that are coming in that are homeless, as many as people that have come in that are fleeing their homes in the north or the south borders. 200,000 people in Israel are displaced from their home at the moment. And we treat everyone the same, and we want everyone to go in and feel whole, like they have someone having their back. So yes, it is simple as you are hungry, you walk in, and we'll give you everything we can for today, for tomorrow, and as long as you need it.
Amazing. One last question for you. Given what you do, you must see so many meaningful, inspiring interactions. Can you share a meaningful moment, something you saw that inspired you?
Yeah, I think what has been unbelievable for me has been the outpouring of volunteers that have come in over this last several months. As we've expanded our mission, some days, especially the first few weeks of war, we were putting 20,000 extra meals out every day. And our volunteers were coming in at 5 o'clock in the morning because the ovens were running all day. And these are people that have children fighting, we didn't even know this at the time, but we had a family came in that part of their family were hostages in Gaza. And these are people that sons are fighting, people that are on their day off from serving 3 weeks straight in Gaza, came into Meir Panim to be a part of something that is positive, that gives hope, and that takes this terrible, awful, disgusting crisis that we're going through and gives people a chance to feel whole and unified.
Wow, what an amazing people. Mimi, thank you for joining.
Pleasure, thanks.